And we are live. Hello, Dr. Nelson. How are you this very, 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 very fine Thursday?
I'm very, 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 very good this fine Thursday. Thank you. How are you?
That was one more vary than I did. That was one more vary than I did. I did 8 varies. You did 9 varies. Today's Thursday, so we don't do 8 varies. Hey, Paula, how are you? Good to be with you. Hey, Liz. Hey, Tammy. Hey, Chuck. Thank you, everybody. I like saying that. Everybody say Chuck.
Hey, Chuck.
You feel like you're in church. We're going to go to church. We're going to, hey, Chuck. All right. Well, anyway, very good to be here with you. Ooh, Tammy Hernandez. I know a secret about Tammy.
Me too.
Should we say?
I don't know if we should.
I don't know. So I know a secret about Tammy Hernandez. Hey, Mindy, good to see you. Chuck is in the house. Chuck is in the house. Let's go back to Tammy just for a little bit. Now, stay tuned. Here's the deal. We have Lisa, the one, the only, Lisa Zakowski in the house today. And she's going to be talking to you, talking to us, talking to the whole wide world, all 7 billion of us. Well, wait, that's not how many is on Facebook. So maybe not quite that. Okay, so like a billion.
2.5 billion.
No, 0.4 or 5 or something like that. I don't know. Anyway. She's going to be talking to 1.4 billion people today about how to use live video to help you grow your readers and grow your audience. So that's going to be really, really cool. So stay tuned. She's coming on just a couple of minutes, but we actually have a little bit of a secret with Tammy Hernandez. She was in our discussion this morning in our team meeting, in our UYB crew, UYB team, our core leaders. We were talking about Tammy's book because we got her editor review.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Tammy's heart right now is going. Oh.
So, what do I need? So let everybody just do this.
Oh,
this
goodness.
girl is on fire, Tammy. So the editor review is like, "This girl is on fire." Yes. If you want me to keep saying it, I will. I'm totally willing. But I just want to say, big shout out to Tammy. Your book was a hit. Going through the process of the application and with the questionnaire and then getting approved and get a preliminary contract. And with our editors was like, this girl is on fire. In fact, I think in the words, Chrissy, can you just give us a little bit of one of the feedback from the editor was like, this is one of the best inner healing books he's ever seen.
I've ever read. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I need a mic.
Yeah. Mic drop. Well done, Tammy. Just well done. Stellar, incredible work. Your life poured out onto the pages, your heart spilled out for the world to read, and you did it, and it is phenomenal. So we do this. Yes. Good job, Tammy. Oh, I wish I could be a fly on the wall right now in Tammy's house.
I hope she's bawling. I hope she's crying. I hope it's like snot and everything all over the place. Way to go, Tammy. We're excited for you. We love you. Such an awesome privilege to walk this out with you as you develop and come into the messenger life. Way to go. Well, let's go to Lisa Zakowski because it's time. Okay, somebody's totally jamming out over there. I don't know who it was, but somebody was like rocking out. And it wasn't me because I was being quiet. Was it you, Lisa? Was it you?
I'm pretty sure it was you. I'm pretty sure it was you.
Well, I mean, I was rocking out, but whose music was that? That was Lisa's. Lisa's like, what? I don't know. What? Okay. Anyway.
It's so funny.
Lisa, how are you?
I'm good, but I'm so excited for Tammy.
I know, right?
Good.
Yes.
Good.
She's bawling. Her family's crying with her.
Good. Let's all do it. It's so good.
Tear emoji.
Yeah, that's so good. Anyway, so good. Good, Tammy. Ball. I hope you ball all day, all the rest of the week, all weekend. I hope you just cry. And you have to go to the store and you have to buy tissue and there's no toilet paper. I hope you just cry about this. Way to go. We're so excited for you, so happy for you. And now, what a wonderful, nice little finish to as we start to end our week, where Lisa gets to come on and help Tammy Hernandez go cry on live video. So you're going to help us today. So we've got all these writers and all these authors, and some of them have already written, and some of them are already published, and some of them are getting published, and some of them are just getting started. But they need to be using live video so they can reach their ideal readers and reach their ideal audience and grow that page. So what you got for us today?
Yeah. So past couple of weeks, we talked about why do we do live video? And that a short answer, you guys can go back and watch the long answer from a couple of weeks ago, but why it's the easiest way to connect with your audience. You get this face-to-face time where people can look into your eyes and see your authenticity and hear firsthand. They could hear firsthand your message, which is the overall goal of your book, rather than it just being a book or a product. It's your message, whatever it is that's in your book. It's your message, or it's your work of art. It's your creation. Yeah. So people get an opportunity to be in relationship with you, which is highly personal. And when they make that connection, they'll want more. They'll want to read your story. So that's our why. And we talked a little bit last week about how, and we talked a little bit about, how to plan, how to schedule, using Google Calendars, using the content in your book in little tiny snippets. So if you want to know a little more about the how, you can go back to last Thursday and listen to that. And so I was thinking today, well, we kind of got the who. We know who the who is, right? If we're going the who, what, where, when, why, how, we know who the who is. I hope I don't have to answer that for you guys. But who, and always a fun who besides you is to maybe interview live somebody else who has relevancy. If you're writing a book, let's say Tammy she's written her book on inner healing. Maybe she could do a live with somebody else who has maybe a ministry or a practice, or, maybe Tammy does, I don't know this, but somebody else who has experience with inner healing, maybe somebody who is willing to share their testimony from Tammy's story. You could do a live interview with them, because that's another great way to have a conversation with somebody else over your live video, have dialogue, somebody else ask questions. So I don't want to spend too much more time on the who. It's you. You're the one. You're the who. And then if you would like to hop on with an interview, actually, Facebook, I believe, has just re-rolled out their ability to have other people join you on your Facebook Lives. They took that feature away for a while. And as far as I know, it is still back. And I think everybody has access to it at this point. So what you would do is you would schedule out who's going to go live with you, right. Unless you're totally just living on the edge and you just let whoever come on live, which, if you're not totally living on the edge and not totally comfortable, I would really advise against that. But have a plan. You get on live, and then your user, when you're on live, can request to join live. At that point, you have two people on live and you can have a dialogue online. Do you know, Jeremiah, how many people can do that at once? Is it just two?
Right now, it's just two. But we're seeing Facebook is rolling out quite a few different things. Like they're starting to open up messenger rooms and things like that. And so it's just a matter of time before Facebook allows and creates that kind of tech and that kind of, well, actually, it already exists. They just haven't rolled it out where multiple people can do it.
Right. So that's a really great free way to have dialogue online. You don't have to pay for it. Another option is this service that's being used. You can use a third-party service that streams, your live on, I think it's probably paid once you want to stream on tons of channels, right?
Yes.
But there is a level of a free service through StreamYard. And I think Zoom, you can go live as well if you have a Zoom account. So if you like to dialogue with people, and maybe that's part of your calling where you're having discussions, where you're, doing this with other people, like Chrissy, in her show, and she's having dialogue and interviewing people and really connecting with other people about their story, then that would be a great option for you to do as well. So there's your who. When, we'll talk about when, and I think in the beginning, I would start with what's convenient for you. If you're working, I would suggest either maybe later in the evening, maybe 9 o'clock, or around after, like just around after dinner time if you work during the day. If you can sneak off to your car at lunch hour, that's a really great time as well. I don't know that too many people really are connecting first thing in the morning on live, but everybody's audience is going to be really, really different.
Yeah.
If you've got a younger audience, you could probably go live at 2 a.m. at this point when everybody's in, well, I guess some people are coming out of lockdown, but the Instagram, really like the optimal time on Instagram is like 2 and 3 a.m. So you can kind of be flexible and don't stress. Aren't you up at that time, Chrissy?
Oh, my lands. You don't even want to know what time I go to bed. I would just.
You switched over to the old lady time, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Yep. That's what has to happen. So I get that. So anyway, I would not focus too much on really what's the optimal time, but first to start off with what's convenient for you, and what makes sense for you and your family. And then once you get comfortable doing lives and you really start to get technical, you can narrow in on and find some analytics that will help you tell when your audience is the most active. But I really would not be concerned about that. First of all, right off the bat, I would just make sure that you're getting on at a comfortable time when there's light, when you have light. That's a good thing we talked about. And when you have a quiet area, now sometimes something happens and, you roll with it when you have a kid that hops in and, whatever. But for the most part, if it's a quiet time, you've got good lighting and you're comfortable and it's not against work rules or work policy, then so do it then.
Mm-hmm.
With that, Jeremiah, just focus on what works for you right now.
Yeah, focus more on your content and your availability, and don't worry so much about the actual live, because the reality is people are going to be watching. More people will watch it on the replay than they will actually watch it live. And be patient with that process.
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely.
I have a question.
Yeah. Question.
Let me raise my hand. So how important is, inquiring minds want to know, maybe it's just mine, but how important is it to be consistent week by week on the particular day? You're saying do it when it works for you. Sure. What if it's sporadic every week? And as a mom with kids and now it's summer and they're home and you're going, okay, I have no idea. Because right. I'm in that place. I have no idea when on God's green earth I can do a Facebook Live. Right. So how important is that to be consistent in times throughout each week?
I think in the beginning it doesn't really matter, because you might be finding that sweet spot when you're kind of inconsistent all over the place. You might be, saying, all right, I can do with whatever works. And I would say for you, it's until you have gotten to the place where you really figure out, let's say you are so zeroed in on your audience and you're like, my audience is not on unless it's between like 7 to 9 p.m. If you get to the point where you zeroed in and you really figured out that your engagement is that's your really sweet spot, don't worry about it. Because especially being a mom with kids, it's kind of like you just have to do what you have to do. And if you can get on, great. And I think you might be surprised. You might be surprised that there's a time that works better that you were unaware of. Mm-hmm. And I think also it helps to have a plan. You know what I'm saying? If you have your topic and you know what you're going to talk about, to be flexible with time is much more doable rather than going, I don't know what I'm going to talk about. I don't know when it's going to happen. I don't know who's going to come on. If you can kind of get as many controlled variables down, like what you're going to talk about, I think, the time of the day it's really not so important just yet.
Yeah,
that's good.
I think you need, I think the plan is really, really important. And I think you need a variation of live video. Yeah. So for example, your plan is, you really need to know, where are you taking people? If you want people to consistently engage, then you have to consistently bring something. Like, it's their time, it's their energy, it's their resource. So if you actually want people to stay with you for 5 minutes or 30 minutes, then there is some kind of there's a reciprocal exchange. You're taking some time, you're taking some energy and you're making an investment. So you don't want to waste their time. So like, you don't want to just waste their time just, talking about, the mashed potatoes and, blah, blah, blah. Like if you really want people to become your reader, you really want people to engage with you and to do life with you as an author, then give them a real reason. So I really like writers, authors, speakers, any brand really that will just go live 2, 3, 4 times during the week for a few minutes where we're just chit chatting. Like, it's almost like, you're sending them a text, you're sending them a message, just a little bit of an engagement. You're not taking a full 10 minutes or a full 30 minutes. It's not a show, but you're just showing up. You're passing in the hallway and you're having these little conversations and you dive in for 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes. That can be anywhere. That can be anything. It can be from your car, your living room. It could be, it could be outside and you're just thinking something, you grab your phone and you just do it. But then also having those times that's super intentional, like on such and such a day at such and such a time that works for me, that works for you as the writer and the author, I'm going to dive in for 10 minutes about this with this one takeaway. And so what it does is you're building a relationship with those little 3-minute, 5-minute videos, and you're connecting with people and they are interested and you're creating curiosity. And then during the week, when you're doing those shorter videos, you're letting them know, hey, every week at Wednesday at 12:30, I dive into ABC XYZ. I would love for you to join me. So then the curiosity of the 3 to 5 minutes that you can do anytime. You could do it at 2 a.m. You wouldn't see me doing it at 2 a.m., but you could do it at any time that's just convenient for you. And then you're driving people to take action to that one consistent day, or it could be more than one, that consistent day, that consistent time when there's something specific you want to talk with them about. So then you've taken them from curiosity to a commitment. And if you can get people to do that, then you can move them even to the next stage, which is most likely they're going to buy your book or take advantage of your offers.
That's really good. Really good. I love that explanation. Very good. So hopefully that's helpful. The other thing that a lot of people are asked about is, where do I go live? Maybe where do I start? Which platform should I use? There are a lot of platforms, and the number one place I recommend to start is Facebook. You all are on here already. You know how to do Facebook. And as far as numbers wise, your largest amount of people are on Facebook. So maybe your demographic might be somewhere else. But I think I really feel like the biggest demographic for the people that are on here writing, at least for the folks that we have in the program right now, Facebook is your best bet. Now you definitely want to just use it and get good at it and try out some different features. And, like we mentioned earlier, they're rolling out some different features. Try those things out, see what works for you, get comfortable with it, get successful with Facebook, and have some success. And then you can go to another platform when you're comfortable, when you think, hey, I might have some people over on Instagram that are also benefiting from this. Then you can go and give that a shout out. But it's really kind of hard to try to learn multiple things at multiple times. And then sometimes we just don't really ever figure out one of those platforms the other. So I recommend figure out Facebook Live. Second one, if you really want to, after that, Instagram Live. If you're a sports, government, politics person, Periscope on Twitter is good. Periscope exists still, yeah? No, I don't know.
Yeah, it's still there.
I don't know.
It's still there, but I'm not a Twitter person. My husband loves Twitter. And I have a couple of friends who are big into politics, big into sports. And that's where all of that stuff goes down. Government, all the news channels, everybody's on Twitter. So if that's kind of where your audience is, then maybe go check out Twitter. YouTube also has live. I'd say maybe if you already have a YouTube channel and you already kind of know YouTube, that might be a good place to go. But I would not be the first one I would recommend to start. How about you, Jeremiah? Facebook Live, good bet.
Yeah, that's a really, really good point. Super, super valuable, what you're saying. I think it's important for you to do one thing well and kind of master something first. And Facebook Live is a good place to start because it's not going to be as complicated for you to figure out some things. So a lot of people make the mistake where they try to do it all at once. They're like, oh, I got to build my audience. So they think, oh, I need YouTube and I need Instagram and I need Facebook Live and I need YouTube. I need all these things. You actually don't. And that'll be a distraction and it'll be frustrating and you might even quit. So focus on doing one thing well. Master Facebook first, master Facebook Live, master going on, anytime on your iPhone, master having a segmented time every day, or excuse me, every week, a specific day at a specific time and a specific takeaway, master being able to run ads, boosting posts, those different types of things. Get really, really good at Facebook. And then when you get really good, and you're like the kung fu master of Facebook Live, or maybe not quite kung fu, maybe brown belt, okay, not black belt. Then you can move into something else and add another layer to it. But I think that's really good advice from you, is to do one thing well first.
Yeah. Yeah. So we definitely don't want you guys to be in that overwhelm. And I tend to be one of those overthinkers that, I'm like, okay, live video, and the overthinking starts right from there. Oh, I got to do this and I got to do that. And you're totally right. And you're like, I can't do live video. So sometimes I have to go back and rewind and just say, all right, we're just going to start here. And I think the idea is to never get too far from the idea that anything sustainable is built step by step. So a lot of people have asked me, should I pay for for followers? Because there is that ability. If you want to get 50,000 followers, there are people who offer services to pay for followers. So I will give you this. And if you haven't figured out, Jeremiah doesn't think it's a good idea.
And I'll tell you why in a minute. I'll tell you why.
Okay. Well, I'll tell my why. And then if you have another why, you tell them your why.
Yes.
My why, I've never paid for this service, so I don't have firsthand experience. But let's just say, and I have aware who actually did this, people who have a fitness business, and they pay for tons of followers, and none of those followers have any care about fitness. Yep. You have just paid for a lot of people to never care about what you're ever talking about, and just a huge bunch of frustration. Yep. And so that's why it's such a waste of time, such a waste of your money. I really don't even know how much it costs, but to build something that's sustainable with people that you're really going to connect with, I would rather have 3 people who are actually interested in what I'm saying and potentially buying my book than 1 million who could, who don't even care. Some businesses, Instagram businesses, have been built that way. Young ladies who have fitness, businesses have gentlemen followers because they're, nice young ladies, but none of them want to buy anything. And so I'm speaking of somebody that I know of. Her fitness business really struggled in the beginning because she had lots of followers, but nobody really cared about her fitness product. So, so Jeremiah, do you have another reason why shouldn't people pay for followers?
Well, you really said it, but it's because they're never going to become a customer.
Yeah. Right.
So it's just the flip side of that coin is it's vain.
Yeah.
It's just vain. You just feel like you need to see numbers and likes and followers and all of this, and it's really it's your approach or your strategy because you're lazy and you don't want to build a real audience, and it will hurt you. It will hurt your brand. It will hurt your business. It will hurt the bottom line of your revenue. It's much better to start from scratch, start from zero, because it's not, we've talked for years about the money in the email list. And actually that's not true. It's not the money in the email list. It's not there's money in the followers. It's the money in the ideal audience that you're connecting with. So I agree with you. Do I want 1 million people on my email list, 1 million people follow me in social media, or would I rather have 1,000 people that are doing life with me and buying everything I put out? I would rather have 1,000. Why? Because I can take 1,000 people. I could take 100 people. Could take 100 people and take them through the process of doing life with them, continue to scale with them, continue to solve problems, continue to add value and more value, and monetize and scale with a smaller group versus a bunch of people that are never going to buy. So it's a really poor business model, and it's actually not good for your mindset. It's really bad for your mindset. So those are my two things. That's why I'm like, no, bad. Number one is because it's vain and it's bad for your mindset. It's a bad business model. And number two, you shouldn't even really just say, hey, go like my page, because what if they're never going to buy from you? You want to attract people that are your ideal buyer, your ideal audience. So skip the whole telemarketing, door-to-door sales, and hope, cross your fingers and hope for the best. Forget that. Find out what people want and attract those people.
That's right. And Pamela said Jesus had 12, and I was just thinking about that. You know, he had 12 that he poured his life into, and then sent them out and said, you know, go and do. And it's a biblical principle. Be faithful with a little, and I'll make you ruler over much. And it's the exact principle that we're talking about. Learn how to be faithful with the followers that you have on your page, to steward them well, to answer their questions. You know, when you put out a post and someone asks you a question, make sure that you answer their questions. Make sure that you're engaging and you're bringing relationship to the table, rather than just throwing stuff up and hoping that somebody will buy your book.
And those guys will become brand advocates.
Exactly.
If you have just 100 people on your page, I know we have members. They're like, oh, I don't want to go Facebook Live because it'll feel like crickets. Just keep doing it, because even if you only have 100 people or 10 people, it doesn't really matter. If you're faithful and there's value there, it will grow. It might take time, but then the people that do connect with you, they become brand advocates. They become brand promoters. So there's nothing fake going on. This is real, authentic connection and real authentic value, and people will show up and get in line. You just be consistent.
Yeah. These are all the principles, everything you're saying, that I grabbed onto and applied in the beginning of my journey and continue to. And I cling to that. Like, I find myself just clinging to these as principles and as truths. And some of them, you know, just in the very beginning, I would always, you know, I grabbed onto that it's about engagement. It's not about numbers and the masses. It's about engagement. And you want engagement more than you want high numbers. You want people that are actually going to watch you live. I would rather, and exactly that. So this is true. Like, you as an author, as an aspiring author and growing in your audience, you really can cling on to what Lisa and Jeremiah are saying and run with that. Like, they're giving you things that you can run with, and it works in as much as you'll maintain a healthier mindset and a stronger, you know, sense of, you know, really purpose and intentionality in what you're doing, by giving yourself permission to not worry about the numbers, but focus on creating quality content and just engaging with the people God gives you. Because every good gift comes from above, and these people are gifts from the Lord that are on your page. So,
Very
amen.
good. Yeah.
Amen. Amen. Just feel like we sing. Okay. Lisa, what else? Anything else you want to add to us?
You know, I think that's a pretty good one for now. I think we covered some good stuff, gave some great tips, and it's always helpful to have Chrissy with, you know, having actually walked the author walk and, you know, giving her real lived out experience for you guys to say, you know, this works for me. So I hope that's helpful for you guys. And if you missed last week or the Thursday before, go ahead and go back and watch. We give some more of the whys and some more of the hows. And that will really clue you in if if you feel like there's some holes that you missed. I think that we're on a really great start, and I'm excited to see you guys get going.
Yeah. And all of these replays are free to the public. And you can find these replays at facebook.com/unlockingyourbook. You just have to go through the replays, click on videos, and you can see the replays of our Thursday videos through the month of May. And I want to just answer Mindy's question really quick, because that's a really good question. And remember, this whole Facebook Live thing's only been around for about 5 years. We're going on 5 years, but so new tech is always coming out, and they're always developing new things. So StreamYard, which is the service that we use StreamYard.com. We pay for that service, and you can go live on your personal page and a Facebook page. You can use up to, I think it's 5 or 6 different platforms at the same time. So you could do YouTube, you could do Facebook group, you could do a Facebook page, and you could do a Facebook profile all simultaneously. Now, you wouldn't want to do that forever indefinitely. That's how we actually started, because we had to pull all of our audience. We were going live on all of our different pages and groups and things like that, but we started to change that and bring it all back to just a couple, and we'll continue to do that because you're telling people where to go. But to answer your question, yeah, Mindy, you can use, there's different services that do it, but we really like StreamYard a lot. So, well, thank you so much. We appreciate that. Mrs. Zukowski, thank you. Appreciate your time. We will be here next Thursday, I think. So next Thursday is the last one. Okay. So we'll do that next week. And then we're moving into, oh my gosh, then we're actually moving into the video lessons. So we're going to have a real video lesson course. This is for publishing members only, which, by the way, is open for a short amount of time. You can go to unlockingyourbook.com/get-published. That whole package is going to be closing in just a few days, because it's going to be repackaged, and we're going to be making some changes to the bonuses. We're going to be making some changes to the pricing as we get ready to relaunch our newest campaign, the Messenger Life. But anyway, this is you're almost to the end if you're going to get published with us, at least here in the next few months, and get access to all of the video lessons. So thank you so much, Lisa. It's been amazing. We can see your kiddos in the back there.
I know. Hi, dear sweet little one back there.
Cool.
Hi.
I love it. Case in point, way to model what you've just been teaching. Yeah.
Come on. Awesome. All right. Thank you, Lisa. We appreciate you. Have a blessed day.
Yeah, you guys too. We'll see you soon.
Thank you.
All right. Bye. So good. Woo-hoo, glory to Jesus. And let's just chit chat for this about this just for a little bit. We are repackaging our publishing packages. I'm super excited to be doing that. Really don't pay any attention to the URL you see, unlockingyourbook.com. You would need to go to /get-published. And that current offer, the way it is with our pay-as-you-go and VIP, is going to be closing in just a few more days. It's getting repackaged and repriced. So, and the price is going up because of the value and the things that we've been able to add to it and do. So super excited to be launching the Messenger Life campaign. That'll be this summer. You're probably going to start seeing that in June and July, as we're actually going to be launching a really awesome new program called the Messenger Life. But if you get into the publishing now, you'll be able to take advantage of it with the current bonuses, the current offers, and the current pricing, because all that is going to be getting changed. It's going to get a different color ribbon and a little bit different packaging. So you can go to unlockingyourbook.com/get-published, and you'll still be able to get access to the 6 video lessons that we'll be doing with Lisa. We've really just been kind of just teasing it a little bit. We're going to give you an actual 6-part course, another module for publishing members, and we're going to take you all the way through the process of going onto your Facebook page, arranging your Facebook page, watch over our shoulder. We're going to show you how to do ads, the whole enchilada. Doesn't that enchilada sound really good right about now, especially being in a lockdown? I haven't had an enchilada in a while.
I was just thinking the video course sounded amazing, but yeah, an enchilada while watching the video course. Now that would be good. That's
Yeah.
going to be amazing. That is, I just listened to all this and I go, oh my, I just brings me all the way back in my journey of everything that I've sought out, everything that I've like tried to learn and digest and grow in and needed as an author. And so when I hear this, it just makes me feel like a little mama bird, like, yes, you get this, you all get this.
Well, this is for us, those that are watching, member or not member. What the process of this has done for us is it's helped us realize and see the desire of our heart has always been to help dig out the gold and find the diamonds in the rough and find those pearls in the ocean and help discover and then help them through that process. And this is actually a conversation that we had this morning with our core leadership about, much like a pastor would shepherd a church. You lead someone to Jesus and you take them through the process of discipleship and you help them grow. You help them grow naturally. You help them grow spiritually. You teach them how to pray and read the word, find out their gifts and their talents, and you kind of help unlock the purpose and the plan that God has for their life. So the Messenger Life campaign that we're going to be launching is really just a next level, another level of us taking another investment at people that want to go on that journey. It's not for everyone, and that's not a bad thing. It doesn't mean that you're in a good place or a bad place. It doesn't mean any of that. Just if it's not the right fit for you. But we realize there are some that want that extra care, want that extra shepherding, want that extra discipleship that goes beyond the current membership and goes beyond the VIP. And they really are feeling deep on the inside that call to the Messenger Life and what that looks like and what that feels like. And so we're going to be launching that. And so we're going to be making some changes, and it's not really changes. It's really improvements. We're going to improve some things. And then we want to shepherd, not a huge group, small group of people that feel that call to the Messenger Life, so that we can help dig out that gold, polish those diamonds, sharpen those swords, get things removed that need to get removed, and help them focus on the Messenger Life. And this become their legacy. This become their life work. So it's more than just taking a course. It's more than really just getting published. It's an answer to a call to the Messenger Life. And that's what we want to do. And we're going to start unpacking that here over the next couple of weeks. So you'll see, little things here and there. But I do want to answer Paula's question. I think that's an important question. Paula wants to know, how far in the writing process do you need to be to go to the publishing? So that is a good question. And I think, Paula, you actually have to answer what works best for you. I would say if you can finish the book within the next 4 to 6 months, it would be worth you starting the publishing, really, because of the bonuses, because of the process, the offer, and the pricing. I'm just going to say the pricing that we have on our publishing right now is like, you cannot find that much value. You could not find this much value for the current price with the bonuses, with the offer, just the cost alone. So if you feel like you could be finished writing within 4 to 6 months, it would definitely be worth it. And we do have people that have signed up for publishing that are still a couple of months, 3 months, 6 months out, and that's okay. They wanted to take advantage of the pricing. They wanted to take advantage because we only said that we were going to publish 100 during this particular time frame, and so we had to close that, this, that, and the other. So, but that is going to be changing, and so if you do jump into publishing, just be aware that as we launch the Messenger Life and we start to put out some of these new things that we're talking about, and giving people an opportunity to go a little bit further, not just in their writing, but actually their lifestyle as a writer, their lifestyle as an author, that those packages will be different. So Yeah, great, great, great. We appreciate you guys. Yes, Crystal, absolutely. All of you are diamonds. Thank you, Liz. Thank you, Mary. Thank you, Crystal. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Chrissy, anything to add?
Man, I'm just excited. I'm just I don't know, just super excited. Happy for Tammy, happy for everybody that's doing the publishing with us right now. Excited for what God is doing for the future. And just super honored to be on this journey with each one. I love when these comments come in. It's like we feel like we know you. You feel like family. And that's what this is. This is family, isn't it? And a tribe for authors, for aspiring authors and current authors.
Yeah. And we're committed. We're totally committed to this process with our members. And we definitely feel like we definitely have our own mandate, our own call to shepherd not just this thing, but shepherd the people that are part of this thing. And I'm amazed. I am like just so floored what the Lord is doing and how the people he has brought. The quality of our team members, the quality of our editors, the quality of our leadership team, the quality of the people that you never even see. Oh yeah, I mean, even our web developers. So we have a 4-part web development team. One of my senior web developer who's been working with me for almost 9 years. We've done, oh my gosh, I don't know how many projects. You know, they just finished on Monday our brand new author theme. It's in addition to what our members get, where they get the blog page, the ebook page, the pre-order, and the sales page. It's like it takes like less than 5 minutes to download the whole website onto your domain and onto your URL, and then you have to change the content, but. So we're really trying to build something that takes out the guesswork. We want to be so helpful in removing some of that confusion because you have to publish the book. You got to have graphics. You have to do social media. You have to have a website. You need to do some of these things. And rather than you having to go hire a web developer and then a graphic designer and do all, you're all over the place. And it just really distracts you from the actual process of writing and the messenger life. We're trying to package this all up and put it into a nice little scenario and situation for you to take advantage of. So we're pumped.
Yeah, it's like a little suitcase. You just pick it up and open it, and inside is everything you need.
It's a cute little.
You're like, that is not how I would describe.
No, that's not what I described. No, I described like a rocket going to Neptune and Jupiter. And you're like, oh, it's a cute little, I'm like, all this time I worked to put this whole thing together. It's a cute little. Okay. Well, anyway, thank you so much. Sharon, setting in your manuscript today. Okay. Now Sharon's been delivering. I've been watching her Facebook Lives. Oh, that's right, because she just got her preliminary publishing contract. She's got a poem. She's doing poems, and I've been watching her poetry, been watching her posts in Facebook Live. So we're super, super excited for Sharon Swain to be sending in her manuscript. Hallelujah. That's right, Liz. It's like a rocket ship. Not a cute little. Oh yeah. Okay. All right. Well, it's been fun. It's been good. So we will see you next Tuesday.